Well, our top story will begin with the first salvo. The People's Democratic Party, PDP, has accused the All Progressives Congress, APC led federal government of being responsible for the lingering fuel crisis rocking the country. Yes, the APC government of President Muhammadu Buhari was mentioned and was indeed kneeling on the necks of Nigerians, as the PDP actually mentioned. Well, this comes after the country is witnessing the scarcity of fuel across most cities, just as you saw in the headlines in Abuja and the northern states. The alleged importation of adulterated fuel about 7 weeks ago is fingered to be responsible.
This trend, of course, has led to scarcity of fuel as Nigerians have resorted to black markets while others opt for the long queues in few of the fuel stations selling the product. Joining us to discuss this issue is Nwamba Chika. He is the Publicity Secretary of PDP in Ebonyi State. Good morning, Honorable. Always nice to finally have you once again on the program. We've also made efforts to reach an APC stalwart. We have Akweke Francis Okoye, but he has declined joining to discuss this topic. But many thanks for joining the program, Nwamba. It's always a delight to have you whenever we do have you. Now, your party, Chika, the PDP, says APC is kneeling on the necks of Nigerians with the lingering fuel scarcity. Can you explain to us really what that statement implies?
Yes, thank you for having me once more. That statement, PDP is correct with that statement because you and I know that Mr. President appointed himself the Minister of Petroleum. So if Mr. President, who should ordinarily, apart from being Minister of Petroleum, take care of our oil sector, apart from the fact that he's Minister of Petroleum, as the President of Nigeria, he should give explanation to whatever happens in this country, moreover in the oil sector. So with the President sitting as President and as Minister of Petroleum, and all these things are happening in the petroleum industry, I think your PDP statement in that regard is even an understatement, because the presidency has not come out to apprehend the marketers behind this national embarrassment, this international embarrassment. Mr. President has not come out to condemn it in the strongest of terms, and he has not spelled out punitive measures, against those people that imported the bad fuel. So it is to summarize that the APC-led federal government is sitting, is sitting on the heads of Nigerians. Right. And it is very bad that it is happening. It is very, very bad. It is in the first place, PDP condemned Mr. President appointing himself senior minister of petroleum. So occupying the office of president as the president of this country, it is enough reason to question the president's effort in ensuring that the petroleum industry is stabilized. So the statement of the PDP is correct. It's correct. I'm even seeing it as an understatement, because this fuel scarcity problem, rather bad fuel, has so much ravaged the economy of the country, the movements of Nigerians. And as the Minister of Petroleum, he has to come out and tell Nigerians, this is what actually happened, and this is what we are doing to ensure that it doesn't happen in the future. Okay, we have been able to fish out those behind it. This is the punishment we are going to met out on them. But Mr. President has not said that. The APC-led federal government has not taken any measure to ensure that.
Chika, permit me to come in here. I'm sure you've also heard in the news that it's not just in Nigeria that this fuel scarcity and problems are actually being faced by citizens. Let's quickly take a look at the front page of the newspaper before we brought you into this conversation. Let's look at the Daily Trust as well. And you would also see that in the front page of the Daily Trust, there's a clear indication that not just in Lagos, you also have Abuja and northern states, and it's been mentioned that the Russia-Ukraine war has slowed down product importation. So do you think bulk of this issue should lie on the neck, or should be on the neck of the President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, or a particular political party?
I think when they brought in this bad fuel into Nigeria, I think the Russian and Ukraine war had not started at that time. It didn't start that time. So linking it with the crisis going on in Ukraine, I think it is wrong. For me, it is not the right thing to do. When this bad fuel was imported into Nigeria, that war had not started. It had not started. So the fuel crisis in Nigeria started before that war. So it is very wrong to say that it's because of the crisis going on in Ukraine that caused the fuel crisis in Nigeria. And responding to your question that other places, that other countries also have this fuel crisis of a thing. No, Nigeria has oil more than these countries you are trying to refer to. And it is very embarrassing to say that for the fact that other countries that don't even have half of the quantity of oil we have in Nigeria, is in crisis, that, as well, we should be in fuel crisis. No, it is wrong. The Nigerian petrol crisis, it is man-made. It is man-made. It didn't just start. And it was caused by the APC. Okay, let me ask you, you are a Nigerian. Did this thing ever happen before now? Why must it be happening now?
So, Nwaba, are you implying that when, Nwaba, I need to come in here. Are you implying that when your candidate of your party was ruling the country, can you confirm to us that there was no fuel scarcity during the era of a candidate from your party? Because we can say it, I mean, history has it that candidates from either parties have been in administration, and there has been fuel scarcity, irrespective.
I think we are not talking about a fuel scarcity now. No, we should be discussing what led to this fuel scarcity. Bad fuel, the importation of bad fuel, for the 16 years PDP was in power, there was no case like importation of bad fuel. We never had it. We never had it.
Okay.
Yes, there was crisis. There was scarcity of fuel. There was scarcity of fuel, but there had not been any case of importation of bad fuel into the country. And the present scarcity of fuel crisis we are having is because of the importation of this bad fuel. So it is my advice that Mr. President recuses himself, from that office. He should resign from being the Minister of Petroleum. It's wrong. So as a president, he ought to control the system, but not to appoint himself the Minister of Petroleum. The responsibilities of a president are so large that, handling such a large sector as oil is very, very bad. It's very, very bad. And I think his advisors have to advise him that that it is high time he recused himself from sitting as Minister of Petroleum.
Right. Now, Nwaba, I mean, let's leave that topic for just a little bit, and let's bring you this case about the situation that ousted the Ebonyi State Governor, that's Dave Umahi. We hear that there was a decision that was made by an Abuja High Court just yesterday. Can you bring us up to speed on that particular story?
Thank you. Yesterday was the date, mapped out to hear the stay of execution application filed by the former governor of Ebonyi State, Engineer David Umahi. So when the court sat yesterday, his own lawyers now objected, and said that they had successfully filed a stay of execution, application at the appeal court there in Abuja. So, they now withdrew the earlier filed stay of execution application at the Justice Ekwo's court. So that's what happened, and the judge, having confirmed that there was a validly filed appeal application, so he decided to strike it out. That's what happened. So it was Omahi's legal team that withdrew from the exercise yesterday. So the judge now had to do the needful by saying, okay, since you already filed a motion at the appeal court, so it will be aberration of legal process to also file at the High Court here. So I think it is important that we allow you to go and focus on your appeal application. So that's what happened. The judge now struck out the stay of execution application yesterday. That's what played out in Abuja.
All right, it's always a great sport having you, Nwoba Chika, Nwoba, Publicity Secretary for the People's Democratic Party in Ebonyi State, joining us this morning. Hopefully, we're looking to have as well the APC stalwart who could join us so we can have this conversation and possibly have a balance. But we look forward to do that at the course of the Breakfast Central show, possibly this week. Thank you so much for joining us, by the way.
Oh, thank you so much. But before I go, I want to urge INEC on behalf of my party. We are urging INEC to do the right thing, because as it is now, Ebonyi State is standing without government. We don't have any governor in Ebonyi. We don't have a Speaker House of Assembly. We don't have deputy governor in that state. And it is getting to the third week of it. And there is a judgment subsisting, ordering INEC to swear in PDP governorship and deputy governorship nominees. So INEC is still delaying. I don't know the card they are playing. INEC has to tell Nigerians the cards they are trying to play on the Ebonyi issue. So we are pleading with INEC that they should do what the court has told them to do. Let them swear in Honorable Barrister Idu Igariwe and Chief Frederick Udogu as governor and deputy in Ebonyi State, pending the outcome of the appeal of Governor Omahi. So you people in the media should help us and tell them that they are going the wrong way. Let them do the needful so that Ebonyi people don't suffer the losses. So thank you for having me today. And I hope next time I will make it.
All right.
Most definitely. Thank you so much. Thank you. All right. That's the Publicity Secretary, Nwoba Chika Nwoba of the PDP, ensuring that he all had to sneak that in and make that announcement made known to INEC.